guys, welcome to the Convo.
Well,
I missed you guys. I don't know if these two missed you, but
I missed them.
did.
Over-missed the word.
We were here last week, but at the same time, we're not here.
we're on the street.
of Ibadan.
Yeah.
So we're on the street of Ibadan. We engaged some of our viewers, and it was a wonderful one. But we are back here today to serve you as hot as it can be.
No, get it well. From
Okay.
the hot to the hotter to the hottest.
Okay, so which level are we today? Are we serving the hottest?
The
or
hottest.
The hottest.
It was
The
hotter on the
hottest.
street.
Okay, I remain your host, Tavita Williams. If you are just joining us, we say you're welcome.
Yeah.
This is the Convo, where we help one another to learn, unlearn,
And
learn. Thank you. And I have my co-host in the house as usual. I have Nifemi Peace.
Yeah.
Nifemi Peace. And I also have Debbie in the house with us today.
The gentle look.
The gentleman.
gentleman.
The gentleman. The gentle but cash madam. Odogu.
Amen.
Odogu.
Amen. I'm embracing
And
it.
the topic we are discussing today, you see, she's dressed for the occasion.
Yeah.
From head to toe. Look at her very well. You will know that she's dressed to kill today. Rich
She
woman.
came hot.
Cash madam.
Okay.
Yes. And
Spend
our
your
topic for
money.
Today, yes, now spend the money. She's there to see that. Okay, so our topic for today is this, or our question for today. Is poverty a choice? Is poverty a choice?
Gagang.
Yes.
Gang.
Is it something of a mentality, or it's a generalization? If you are poor, you are poor. If you are rich, you are rich.
This is no joke.
Or
It's a
can you
serious
move
matter.
from the level of
The
being
seat
poor to
is
being rich?
hot.
Or once
Very
you are
hot.
poor, you have no other option. Just stay in that position and remain poor. So that is what I want us to trash today. Is poverty a choice? Everybody is saying
No, like, I
it's
want
a
to
deep
know where
question.
what
You
to
need
start
some deep thinking. You need to reflect. Is poverty a choice? That is the question we are talking about. So maybe we should start from the point of defining poverty.
Exactly. Let's
Yes.
know what context of poverty we're looking
We are
at.
looking
What
Because
does it
to
mean
some
to be in
people,
poverty?
if you have 1 million in your account, you're poor.
That's true.
So let's know the context we're coming from. And I can
Okay.
remember there was this comedian, is it the Costa or something like that?
Okay.
The stalker.
Okay.
Yes. I think there was one of his comments that he said poverty is the inability to afford your basic needs without bothering others.
Ooh. Okay.
Like-
So it's an inability. Okay.
Sorry. I think poverty is what?
The
The
inability to afford your basic needs
Okay.
without bothering others.
So if you are poor, that means before you can afford basic needs, you have to disturb others.
Yes.
What are those things you can term basic needs?
Your feeding, clothing,
shelter.
and housing.
Housing.
Shelter, yes.
Those three things.
So if you cannot afford those basic needs
Without
disturbing others,
I
then
would
you are
actually want us to go check the dictionary because this guy is a comedian.
poor.
So
Comedian,
let's just take the
that
dictionary meaning
definition.
first.
Okay,
Okay.
so what I have here from Britannica, it says that poverty is said to exist when people lack the means to satisfy their basic needs. We are back to the
Okay.
basic needs.
Okay.
But it broke it down further and said that in this context, the identification of poor people, it requires a determination. There are two ways you can be poor, or there are two levels to poverty,
Okay.
according to this definition. He said it can be narrowed down as let me say, it says the first criterion would cover only those people near the borderline of starvation or death from exposure. That is poverty. Like, that is outright poverty.
Highest level of
The
poverty.
highest level of poverty.
Yeah.
They are near that level of starvation or death from exposure in the environment, from the situation
There's no
in the
security.
community, from insecurity and
Yeah.
all that you get. And then it went on to say the second one would refer to people whose basic needs, whose nutrition, housing, and clothing, though adequate to preserve life, do not measure up to those of the population as a whole.
That's
So these are
another
people
level.
that can afford their basic needs
They
to
can-
an extent.
Yes,
They can afford
okay.
their basic needs to an extent, but it is not enough to preserve their life.
Okay.
To an extent, they are struggling. They are trying to afford. So those kind of people, they cannot eat what they want.
Yes.
It is what they see.
And
Yeah.
they can't
Whatever the
determine
money
when.
they have can afford.
They
want
can't
to-
determine when.
they want to pay for house rent. They can't pay for it when they ought to pay for it. They have to struggle to do it.
But they will still get it.
But they will try
after-
and get it. A lot of struggle
Yeah.
to even be adequately able to provide for themselves.
Okay.
So
That's
those
another level of
that's
poverty.
another level of poverty.
Wow.
Their
So
basic
now-
is not enough to preserve life. So that's a
So
really a deep one.
that's definition you covered now.
Mhm.
So according to the question for today,
That all those
is that
things,
condition
is it a choice?
a choice? That's what we are asking.
Well, I wouldn't call poverty. I don't think.
Oh, so
Well, my own opinion would be that nobody wants to be poor.
exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be poor. That's really true.
Everybody
Nobody
wants
to be.
good
Everybody
life.
wants to be rich. But it all boils down to the process
Process.
we take, the things we do,
Yeah. Yes.
the engagements that we go through, the contacts we make, the steps we take to make sure that we are not poor.
So
Okay.
sorry. So I want to look it. Sorry, this matter. I want to look at it from different angles.
Okay.
You know, it can be. Yes, we can say that it is a choice, but it's more than just saying from a surface level that it's your choice. You are the one that choose to be poor.
It's
There are a
even
lot of
painful thing to
other
say.
external
Yes.
factors, you know, like the
Attached
system,
to
like
it.
there's something called systemic factors.
Okay.
Like based on the system where you find yourself, there may be lack of education, lack of access to some information that will
Or even
actually take
basic
you out
needs.
of that poverty level. Those ones you get it. But now, even beyond all these restrictions, we still can't just sit down and accept the fate. And I think that is where the choice comes in.
Okay.
So even beyond all this lack of, we should still do something because we are already on earth. And being on earth, you have to make certain decisions here and there. Oh, this is not looking good. What else can I do? So for the lack of education or lack of access to opportunities, you know, there are scholarships out there. That can be a way. It can be a way to move
lift you out of that
poverty state. You know, I said systemic issues can be one of those reasons why someone is in poverty. But now we can't sit down.
We can't sit down.
Another way could be like taking up some skills, you know, entrepreneurial skills. You know, looking at the system of Nigeria now, minimum wage is not enough. So if somebody is living by that minimum wage alone,
how do you want to cater for
so
yourself?
how do you cater? The system has already called you like a poor person, living by that minimum wage alone. So in this issue now, we can't just sit down, and that is where the choice comes in now.
But then I would like to come in another angle. I get your point, right? But then we can actually tell, I don't know, from experience and from people around us, you know, there are some people that they're actually trying.
Yes, everybody.
Like, I mean,
struggling.
Virtually everybody. Let's say 70%.
We know of persons that they're educated, graduates, like they are trying to put in one or two. In fact, some people have to go into learning a skill.
Yes.
And still, it's really hard. Like, I mean, very hard. They could really put a food on their table. And like, you can tell
that they are trying.
You can tell that no, this person is hardworking. And that's where my point comes in with being in the right place at the right time. Positioning. So now, I would like to bring in a scenario. So I was having a conversation with a friend of mine last night, and I was trying to make an example of someone I know very well that works in a corporate environment and still do about 5 different extra jobs. Like, I mean 5 different ones that I don't like 5 different. Someone is working in a corporate environment, obviously you're working in a corporate environment alone.
Don't have
Give
time
you
again.
give you that initiative in the face of people that you are rich. Meanwhile, that company might
That's
not be paying you
poverty
well.
mindset.
You get whatever the company is paying you, you can't even afford your basic needs alone. But then you have to do
sit up
something
to make a move.
So this person is doing like 5 things up job with addition to the corporate job. And I was speaking with that my friend, and it was like, I'm being encouraged by these things that you are saying. Like, I'm in Lagos, but then I just feel that maybe those are in Ibadan, it's kind of easier for them to do jama
in
jama.
Nigeria.
But this, that. And okay, so I didn't give the person the full details of the extra job like it was doing. But then when the person later called, I now gave the person illustrations of how someone can work in a corporate environment and still do a dry cleaner, like a dry cleaning job, and you know, still putting facilities together. So what I'm saying is, whoever is with such a person, that has such a person as a friend, and the person is still poor,
then it's a choice.
The person needs to be, that instance, poverty is a choice.
The person needs to be checked. Like, what my point now is, the kind of people you are with, sure you get, where you position yourself matters a lot. Funny enough, that friend of mine might have a friend that is actually still poor. Even though you see that, okay, this is your friend, is the one doing bike man, is the one doing delivery man, is the one doing dry cleaning, is still the one waking up by 7 a.m. doing 7 to 5 job. And you are there sitting down with a secretary job, not doing something in addition. Now, my point is, it determines who you try to associate yourself with.
Yes.
What kind of company? What kind of company?
Show me your friends.
And I will tell you who you are. So I would say that so many people that still stay where they used to be and they are still where they are, struggling and doing the right thing, I feel they are not in the right place at the right time.
I mean, not even in the right company.
Not in the right company.
Not in the right company.
Some people are not open to learning. You're doing tailoring, you're a stylist, I'm a stylist. The way we go far is different.
Yes.
I might be open to learn e-marketing.
Yes.
You get?
Which will help you
online marketing.
You might not want to stay online.
You might not want to stay online because you are not social.
I don't like social
You get?
media.
And that is what it takes right now. In 2024.
To expand.
To meet up with Gen Z.
Imagine
you have
a
to be where they
stylist going back to school to learn digital marketing. Like paying for it.
Sure.
No, like the difference is clear. So my point is, yes, nobody prays to be poor.
Yes.
Nobody wants to. You can't wake up in the morning and choose poverty. Our society itself encourages poverty.
Yes.
In fact,
that's the system.
Your government, our government.
The system.
Maybe I'm trying to, So our government is not even ready to add us to the plan.
To make us rich. They don't want us to be rich.
Now.
But then we must sit up to the game.
And I think that's why people are picking up extra jobs now.
Remote jobs.
Even aside from remote job, extra jobs to balance up the equation. You see a woman running 9 to 5 job and still runs an online business, runs an online food business, and still delivers to customer weekly. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand.
That is adding up to yourself and still learning all these skills, all these soft skills, and still saying, okay, I want to learn data analysis, and still taking remote jobs aside from 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 job or 7 to 5 job to become a better person. So it's about sitting up. Okay, but I still want to come back to that question: is poverty a choice? I would say for some people, poverty is a choice.
They choose to.
They are
just comfortable with.
They are just comfortable. Some persons are lazy.
Yes, out of laziness.
And they don't want to strive. They don't want to strive.
They are not open to flexibility.
They don't want to be flexible.
Yes.
They don't want to be jack of all trades in order to survive.
Yes.
Jama, add this to this, add that. You get. And I feel for that reason, they just want to live it. So some people should just be giving them money. Some persons like that. So they are poor. I asked some people that we grew up in the same environment as children. We grew up together in the same environment. They were born in that place, in that locality. I was born in that locality. We grew up together. We went to the same school. You get?
You mean secondary school?
Primary, secondary school. In the same locality, in that same community. Primary school, secondary school. And some of them, fine, I understand the fact that making choice of university, some persons cannot make the choice for themselves.
Yes.
Your parents will decide for you. Some persons, it's even the government that will decide. No, let me say the examination board will be the one to decide for you, because you will choose uni in Lorry. Let's say you are residing in Ibadan. You grew up in Ibadan. Your primary, secondary school was in Ibadan. Your parenting, upbringing Ibadan, and you decide to go to university and you decide to choose Ilorin, but you were not given Ilorin. Your second choice was Ibadan, and you were given Ibadan.
You have to stay in Ibadan.
I understand that part. That part. But even in school, you meet with different people.
Yes.
You go through different experience. You will relate. You will bond. You will be mature. Your eyes will open to a lot of opportunities. And then such person, how would you now finish university and knowing or seeing that there is no opportunity of growth or becoming a better person, of breaking out of this poverty environment? There is no such opportunity in my community, in my environment, where I've spent decades, my life, a lot of my life, and you still decide to stay in that environment,
to go back there,
get married in that environment, bear children in that environment, and still be struggling in that environment. So in that instance, I don't know if you get my point.
I understand.
For such person, I feel like poverty for them
is a choice in that sense.
They decided to stay in that environment.
I think from what you said, I remember listening to one, should I call him celebrity, Ola of Lagos.
Okay.
There was a time he was saying his story. Oh my God. You know, it's sweeter now for him to say because he has already broken that chain. He said he used to live in Abeokuta with his parents. And he just looked at, being sensitive to his environment. Is this how we will just continue things? And he left Abeokuta. Nobody, without no one to meet in Lagos, he just left. And he started from there. He said he slept under the bridge, things like that. And from there, he worked as a bricklayer, sleeping in uncompleted building. And it just started from there. Now, look at where he is today. But what I wanted to say is that it started from being sensitive to your situation or your environment. I want
something better for myself. My parents are poor. I cannot be poor.
Exactly. So now, in that sense, it was a choice. It is a choice, rather. It becomes a choice. You have eyes, you can think. Look at your environment, your parents. Start from there.
Yes.
The lives that my parents are living. Is it okay? Is this something that I also want for myself? I think if we can start from there, there will be something to act upon. Although there are circumstances that might kind of maybe want to limit you. Imagine now you want to learn digital skills, but in your environment, no stable power supply.
Exactly.
The internet is poor. But again, you could have a friend, maybe living in Songo.
Exactly. That's why you need to
even if it's just a day.
Explore. So another point I want to come in with, from where you came in the other time, is there are persons that they were born in a particular place. They went to school in that same place, secondary school, primary school, even onto the university, and they went back there and they made it.
Yes.
Now, I want to show us the difference. The difference is what actually makes the poor different from the rich. Now, what makes the rich richer and the wealthy one wealthier is providing solution to the problem in your society.
Thank you for saying that. That's really going to come back there.
So for those that went back home and made it, they saw a problem. It wouldn't have been easy. They saw a problem there.
Yes.
And they find out a solution. In fact, some of them, if you ask them well, the solution they provided, their 5 naira was not that.
I was going to say that.
That's the funny part.
They might just have found an opportunity to liaise with someone,
don't even go too far.
Get funding.
There's this
and
restaurant.
Set up a business.
There's this restaurant in Ibadan now that is thriving, item 7.
Okay.
At the 7 all the way from Ilorin, I got to know that the guy was an alumni of OAU.
Wow.
of Unilorin, sorry.
Okay.
Unilorin. One of the alumni over there, and he started the food business, and
So,
right there from Ilorin.
See where he
Can't
is
even
today.
imagine how many stuff. Like, one funny part is wherever you see item 7, without even looking up, you know this is item 7.
Item 7.
Because
Okay.
the same structure. So what I'm saying is poverty is from your mindset.
So poverty
yeah.
is a mentality.
It's a mentality. It's not about
It's a
you
thing of
having
the
money.
mind.
Money right now.
So
You
it's not
you
about
asked
money.
a question the other day that am I poor? Hello ma, I'm not poor. But funny enough, you can check my bank account and I have just 1,000 naira there. It's
Yeah.
my mindset. Because in the next 2 hours from now, I know what I can do.
Yes, as a solution.
With,
that
as
will
a
bring-
middle woman, just get someone that has a problem
Yeah,
that needs a
exactly.
solution.
That's where we have
Get somebody
affiliate
that has the
marketing.
solution,
All those
and I
online
provide.
business
I had my
structure,
discount.
business marketing.
So
for those that are really trying, we know there are people out there that you're really trying. You're doing
Sure,
your best.
yes.
You're learning this and that and this and that, and you're putting in all your efforts to make it out of life. I'm telling you, maybe you just need to change your environment. Maybe you need to change your circle.
your process.
You need to change the process and speak out to people.
Yeah.
Speak out to the right persons.
Yeah.
Well, prayer is the key, right? But the scripture also says faith without work is
Is
dead.
dead.
So with your faith, put in some work.
Some work.
Yes, you can try to learn something else. You can try to do something else. But most importantly, poverty starts from the mindset.
So and in learning those things, there is a need to be consistent.
Yes,
Consistency.
consistency.
Don't give
That's
up.
the game changer.
Don't say I tried today. I'm
It's not
tired. I
working.
don't
You
want
now
to try
go to
tomorrow.
hairdresser, from tailor to hairdresser. Abba. Stick to that
Stick
one.
to that and be consistent. And
Yes.
from there, you will be known.
Yeah.
Let me tell I remember one of this food blogger on
Okay.
social media.
Diary of a Kitchen Lover.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention
That woman, I can't imagine me going a day without even
Consistency.
checking
I
her
wanted
page.
you to land, then I will just call it that.
Go.
You know, recently she talked about her story.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah,
I actually
She
watched
did
it.
a lot of things
Yes,
before she got there.
to
Where
food
she is
blogging.
now.
Like she was an hairstylist.
Yes.
She was like she did a lot.
I think she knows how to make
Now-
clothes. Yeah, she knows how to make clothes.
So
You would have seen that clothes in her house.
In her, yes, she makes some.
No,
of
the
her
fashion
clothes, some
is
of her
top
clothes.
notch.
Yes.
so she was
Top
just
notch.
like
She tried
this
several
situation
things.
was not okay. Then she kept on trying.
trying.
There was a time she
And still
recently
using her same social media accounts.
recently she was
She
speaking
was not
with
changing. She was
yes.
just being consistent.
she was speaking with Bill Gates.
Yes.
Now imagine, like I
see
know-
that interview.
Yeah.
That interview she had.
And that
I
interview was
think-
as informal as possible.
I'm telling
you are
you.
speaking with Bill Gates
Bill
on
Gates.
an informal level.
God.
You get.
So you know that is just to show you that
The power
things
of
are
consistency.
possible.
Yeah.
You can
If you are
break forth.
consistent.
You can really. There are a lot of stories that we can tell here.
Let me
Yes.
tell
Of
another
people
story.
we know that
That-
they broke forth from poverty.
From
And
poverty.
recently, I was also listening to a young real estate guy. The guy, as at then, he was 30 years old. I think 2022. This video was recorded in 2022. 30 years old. He started from Ibadan. Yeah. Now, he's controlling a lot. Like, when I was watching that movie, that video, I was encouraged. And when he was saying his story, he said he started doing entrepreneurial stuff, I think starting from age 14 or 16.
Wow.
He was
That
just
was
doing
quick.
this, doing that, doing this. So when he said that something caught my attention. I was like, the system alone doesn't really encourage
There's no
being
encouragement.
rich. Because a child of 14, 16 should be in secondary school,
Exactly.
focusing on schooling
How to
alone.
go to the university.
Now, you will now do that till you are maybe 25. You've finished your
you now
university.
go back to
So
that.
that is when you will now start your
Hustling,
life.
your life.
Hustling. That is when you need money bad. And you will now feel like, oh, I'm poor. But the truth is you are just starting.
Yes.
You can't compare yourself with someone that has started,
That started a long
10 years
time, 10
ago.
years ago.
So when I was saying about the system the other time, that is at least one of the angles
Yes.
that I'm coming in from. But still,
The system is not encouraging. You
The
have to
system is-
encourage
You have to
yourself.
encourage yourself. If you
Encourage
depend on the
yourself.
system, if you depend on, as much as everything boils down to the society.
yeah.
But if you depend on the society, the community, the government, you will remain poor.
That's what they call OYO. Or
On
your own.
On your own. Big
As
time.
much as the society out there, the people around you, the government will try to break you down.
Yes.
They will try to demoralize you, destabilize you.
It's up
to you
to stand
To
tall.
now make the choice.
If you fall 7 times, you rise 8 times.
Yes.
You keep rising until you achieve it, until you stick, until you keep making, until you make it, and you will not even make it. Because once you have succeeded, that is not
That's the end.
That's the starting
It's a marathon.
It continues.
And that brings me to dream big. Don't dream small. Okay, I just want to have a small shop and I have my working course. No, dream big. It doesn't look like it now, but just dream big. In everything you do, dream big. Don't see yourself as
it's okay like this.
I'm just okay like this. I don't like stress for my life and the likes like that. So let's dream big as man.
Yeah.
You get, but you start small and be consistent with whatever you are doing.
And also know that it's never easy.
It can't be.
Nothing good comes easily.
Yes.
Once you have that at the back of your mind, you will know that any experience you have, you know that I know
it's in the game.
It's in the game. It's part of the package.
Yes.
So you will be resilient that I must just get there.
Yeah, and I was going to say something about when you talked about dreaming big. I was going to say something about having a purpose.
Yes.
When you have a dream and you have set that target or goal, it helps you to let's say to prepare wisely, to spend wisely, to invest wisely.
That's spending wisely.
Because that's one of the things that will make poor people remain poor. When they don't have a set goal, when they don't have a purpose, when they don't have what they are living for. Some persons are just living aimlessly.
Let me just wake up and I'm alive.
I'm alive. I will just go out there. Timbari share, I will do it. Timbari, tabasha ti ri bread je ta ro mi mu si. We are good. We sleep and the next day. That is what will make some persons remain poor. In that instance, poverty is a choice.
Yeah.
Some persons, it comes down to mentality case for them. They depend so much on some other persons. My sister is rich now. I'll get the money.
I will get money.
My daddy is a rich man. I don't have to stress myself to work. They
don't have something of their own.
Something of their own. And in that instance, in their mind, they are poor.
So I actually want to chip in this also. Sorry for cutting you short. I would like to chip this thing also. So I don't know why you were talking. Something just came up in my mind. Okay. You know, we have people that they just started their business. I want to use for example because that's the example that comes to my head. Those that sell perf. And you know, little profit on it. It feels like you are the one spending your money for now. You know, one thing I've learned about business is you can't start a business today and start making profit from it today.
That's true. Definitely.
You have to invest.
Reinvest.
The first thing is, have you seen a future in what you're doing? Have you seen the future? If you don't, it's about you. You're the one doing it. Do you see a future in it? When you see a future in it, it gives you a rest assurance that no matter how much I spend on this, I will get it back in the future.
Yes.
No matter how much I invest in this, I'm sure that I will get it back. So it's not about you starting and in the next 3 months want to start getting profit from it.
Fast.
Calm down.
Wuru to the answer.
Exactly. Business does not work like that.
That is what will make rich people richer.
Exactly.
Because they understand what it takes.
Rich people, they will invest. They put in a lot of money in businesses, in opportunities, and they wait for a long time to reap the benefits.
It's not even about investment. It's
not that you get small money. You are dreaming big. You want to spend big. You get 1 million. You are thinking of buying Gucci bag. You are thinking of buying Benz. You get. That's what rich people want to do.
Yes, because they focus on continuity of their wealth.
So let me say, in addition, here are some reasons why most people will never be rich.
Okay.
Number one is that when you believe that 9 to 5 is the only way to life.
Okay, we said that earlier.
You stay rooted in that poverty state. When you make your career choices based on society and parents, instead of thinking for yourself,
or family.
Yes,
see, that is the peak of everything. Oh, what do you want to become? I want to become a doctor.
Yes, because
just because the society believes that
is a doctor, because my daddy said, if I become a doctor, there is money in there.
So I want to chip this little thing.
Okay.
This also is to parents. don't enforce on your children. Try to, the Lord has given those children to you to oversee them, to guide them. Don't enforce on them, because
don't enforce your choice.
Yes, don't enforce your choice on them. Guide them to the truth. There's a part in the scripture that says, show a child in the way he should go, and when he grows, he will not depart. So it show him like fear no, not that you enforce a choice on the child, because there are people that at the age of 30, after they can't make right choices for themselves.
Their parents.
And some even feel that what they've used their 30 years of their life to do is not what they really want to do.
And that's why I have an example of that. I have a friend, he's still my friend. He didn't want to study dramatic arts.
Okay.
I studied dramatic. I studied dramatic arts. He wanted to study dramatic arts, but his father was adamant and said, "No, you're not studying dramatic arts. I want you to study law. I want you to study law." And this guy went to study law. But no, law is how many years?
I think 5
years. I think it's about 5 years in the university before you go to law school and all that. This guy's course is extended for a long time because he was struggling to study that law.
Wow.
He struggled, and he spent a long time in the university before he could complete law and go to law school. And he finished law school and gave the certificate to the father. And now the guy is pursuing his theater and drama.
Just imagine he has started with
that.
Just
imagine if he had started early. By now, he would have made wave. He's gradually making wave. But if he had started earlier, it would have been easier for him. So back to those things that will make you remain in that poverty mentality. The third one is that when you are too scared of failure, you are too scared of taking risk, because life is involved with risk. If you are too scared of taking risk, you will remain in that poverty mentality. Another one, when you focus more on saving money instead of investing.
Please, let's not even structure into that.
They are saving money in the bank. They are piling it up.
And bank will be removing their charges.
The money will not grow. You have colo in the house. That you are saving your money. Your money will not grow. You get it. The money is still the same amount you have saved.
Yes.
But if you invest,
maybe in a business,
in land, in assets, I don't know, just invest.
Just keep investing.
Look for opportunities. Look for a broker to advise you on things to invest in. And the money will grow.
Yes. Another thing is, 1 million naira in an account last year, the value has depreciated to 1 million naira this year.
Yes.
But a land that worth 1 million naira last year
is worth twice or much more.
Don't tell me twice. A land of 1 million naira last year is nothing less than 10 million naira this year.
Now. So investment is the way to go, and that's what those rich people do that makes them richer.
They take high risks.
And then
that's what made them wealthy.
If land is too much, there are levels to these things. So people are just coming up. If land is too small, look for one solution.
Yes,
in your
there are
environment.
opportunities
Maybe small businesses.
Small right now.
You may just be selling little things.
Business.
Invest your money there. Yes.
Invest in it. Set up a business and put someone there. Okay, another one is assuming rich people just got lucky. See, we have some poor people that they hate rich people. They see you are rich and they hate you, and they feel some of them feel that if you are rich, you must have done rich well to become rich, or you did Yahoo plus to become rich.
But funny enough, I want to chip this. And funny enough, out of research, I got to know that not everyone that goes around with system, say overnight, is actually a Yahoo guy.
No, of course, not all of them. People work with system now. Graphic designers,
once they see you with system, even our parents,
smiles right now. I carry system up and down. I'm a Yahoo boy.
I hope he's listening to this too.
Oh my God! I think we should talk about. Okay, she's good. You know system. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So of course, not everybody is a Yahoo, but there are some people that they are set out to hate rich people.
The hatred is top notch.
It's top notch. So another thing that will keep you in that poverty state is when you spend more than you earn. For example, you earn 100K, and you rented a house of 1 million.
No, don't even mention the price. You are earning 100K and you're looking for a 2-bedroom flat in Oluyole extension.
Oh shit. So your
earning
living
capacity
choices is higher than your earning capacity. Kò sígbà tó ní jalè.
And of course now.
No, seriously. Not jíjalè, o lè má gbébọn. I hope you're but you can mix different things and scam and do all things.
So in that case, you can just do a reverse engineering. Instead of living high, okay, I want to live high. What can I do to end that life that I want?
Add more skills to yourself and become a better person.
And again, you can actually live not really low. I mean, you can live within your means and still
live comfortably.
Live comfortably and expensive. Like, I mean, you can see people that live in one room, and when you come into that one room,
they know how to manage
it's
that.
Like
yeah.
Okay, so another thing that will make you stay in that poverty mentality is constantly making excuses.
Exactly, my sister. Excuse any problem.
Why are you pointing at me?
Not like you. Like, I mean, excuse me. I don't like doing this. I'm not a social person. I don't like to be on TikTok.
Yes, I don't like Instagram.
I don't like Instagram.
I don't like Facebook.
I don't like to read books.
I don't
I
know
must
how to,
sleep.
I don't know how to.
I don't know how to market my products.
I don't like this kind of person.
I can't do vigil. I can't do vigil.
I can't sacrifice my sleep.
No, the vigil I was even referring to is that, if you are picking up a new skills,
you can't do
sometimes at night. You have to maybe schedule 2 to 3 hours at night.
Let's quickly run it because we are really behind schedule. Let me add this: not learning new things and staying in ancient ways. I think we mentioned that in one of our thing. Another thing is lack of self-discipline. When you are not disciplined, you are not disciplined. It will not help you in your spending, in your attitude, in your relationship with people. It will not help you. Those are the things that will make poverty a choice for you. I will not take you out of that poverty state and make you grow into being rich or becoming a rich person. And someone will see you out there and say, that person is a rich guy. He was once poor, but now he's rich. Well, thank you so much.
So before you go,
then
so it's not look like those that are actually still struggling. We just count them poor. I'm telling you, you that are looking at me, you gongo, just be consistent in that which you're doing, and have faith that one day you will hit the right thing.
Yes. And it's good. Prayer is also essential.
Yes.
Pray to find yourself positioned in the right place
at the right time, doing the right
person.
Doing the right.
So thank you so much for joining us on the show today. We know that it's an engaging one. And we really appreciate you for staying put, staying locked down on the convo. We say thank you to all our listeners, to all our viewers, and we know that you keep us engaged in the comment sections with your beautiful and constructive comments. Thank you so much.
And our partners.
Yes.
See, I love our partners. And we are still looking for more partners. We need more because we want to help people to market their businesses. So come in one, come in all. So thank you, our existing partners. We
and
love
also,
you.
like you also know, as I always say, right? Subscribe. Uncle.
Press
that button. And also comment, like it, share it with your friends.
Share.
You know, we actually post our videos on Monday. After Monday stress, just calm down with something chill and enjoy this show. Subscribe, like, and comment. Whether we've said something that you don't agree with, right? It's there.
And you can also help us by following Dynamic Smiles TV on all social media pages.
Instagram,
you can follow
YouTube.
Dynamic Smiles TV on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. Which one
on
YouTube. On YouTube.
Yes,
follow.
Follow us.
Till we see you next time, we say bye.
Have you been yearning to take your event to the next level? Then come with me to discover unparalleled multimedia solutions with Dynamic Smile Media Creations. Yes, for your live streaming, corporate and commercial video production, premiere broadcast, product video production, documentary, graphic designs, web designs, audio production, film production, and we also train you for the aforementioned. All you need to know, we've got experienced crystal clear capture with our cutting edge gadgets such as live digital mixer, sponsor high-quality cameras, gimbals, drones, etc. What are you waiting for? Contact us today via 0814-029-4960 or 0815-327-4454. Email dynamicsmilemedia@gmail.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms at Dynamic Smile Media. Don't wait any longer. Elevate your brand with Dynamic Smile Media today, where quality meets innovation.